Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
On behalf of the board, I'd like to welcome everybody here this evening. And do you have anybody who signed up, Mr. Pelkey, on that sheet over there, please? Nobody's signed up to address the public. I need the administrator to take a roll call of the members of the board, please.
Trustee Pelkey?
Here.
Trustee Menard? Obviously not here. Trustee Rodriguez is absent. Trustee Arno?
Aye.
Mayor LaBounty?
Here. Thank you. Let the record reflect that there is missing trustee Menard and trustee Rodriguez. Minutes of the last meeting of June 20th, 2022. Any changes, revisions that don't want to be brought up to the attention of Mr. Pelkey?
I make the motion to accept the minutes as printed. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Minutes are accepted. Treasurer Letourneau, bills.
We have one addition this evening. It's to CoreLogic centralized refunds in the amount of $276.91. It's a tax payment that was paid wrong from a mortgage company.
Any questions on that? Trustee Pelkey, trustee Arnold?
Nope. I make a motion to pay the bills as amended. Second.
All those in favor of paying the bills?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it. Bills are to be paid. Correspondence tonight. The administrator, Mr. Latchmore, is out. Ms. Patty Guerin will be in here to read the correspondence if we have any.
Yes, I have two things. I have a press release from the Clinton County Office of Emergency Services announcing that on July 1st, the Clinton County Office of Emergency Services announced the availability of text to 911 during an emergency. Text to 911 service will be available for those individuals who cannot safely make a voice call to 911 in an emergency. This will be an especially valuable service to the deaf and hard of hearing community. Testing for text to 911 has been completed in Clinton County and is available with plans from AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon Wireless. It says to remember, call if you can, text if you can.
Thank you. Anything else, Patty?
Yes, I have a little thank you letter from the Center Stage Committee. It said, once again, the Stage Committee thanks all of the village departments for helping us. Their concert on Thursday night was spectacular. Well over 300 people saw and heard Elvis once again come alive.
Thank you. Anything else, Patty?
That's it.
Thank you. I will give a couple brief reports. I'd like to congratulate and thank the Stage Committee as well as the 4th of July Committee for the outstanding job they did during the 4th of July celebration. I would also like to thank the North Country Golf Course for loaning the village 3 golf carts to transport the elderly and the handicapped people to and from the stage. And during the parade, we needed those carts for various reasons. So I'd like to once again thank the North Country Golf Course for those 3 carts. I'd also like to thank Trustee Arnold and one of our workers, Heath Cardan. Mr. Arnold used his own vehicle as well as his own transport for those carts. So once again, Trustee Arnold, thank you for that. I would also like to thank the Sheriff's Department and the New York State Police for their traffic control during the parade and the stage activities to make it safe for all our residents, and thank God it was. And lastly, I would like to thank publicly the administrator, Chris Latchmore, because he tied this all together. He called the North Country Golf Course, arranged for the 3 carts. He arranged for the Sheriff's Department and the State Police for the patrol and the traffic control. So once again, I'd like to thank the village administrator, Mr. Latchmore. I also have a resignation from the rec center manager, Mr. Ethan Goslin. I would like to thank Mr. Goslin for his years of service to the village, and I wish him well in the future. I need a motion to accept the resignation.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor of accepting the resignation?
Aye.
All those opposed? The resignation letter is accepted. I also would like to have a motion on the floor to have a $90 fee paid to Scott Decker, the electrical consultant that the village is going to retain for his services. Mr. Decker has provided the village with invaluable services, and I would like to keep his services for the village. So I would like to have a motion, unless there's a discussion on this subject, to hire Mr. Decker for a $90 retainer fee.
I make the motion that we retain him for $90. Second.
All those in favor of retaining Scott Decker as the electrical consultant for the village of Ross Point, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Mr. Decker is now the electrical consultant for the village of Ross Point. I would also like to go into executive session for some legal issues in regards to a contract the village has. So I need a motion for that.
I make a motion, we go into, make an executive session. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? We will go into the executive session. Once again, I'll use this platform, like I promised, to squash any rumors that are out there on Facebook or any of the other social media. One of the rumors that was brought to my attention was that we have ERS owing us a used electrical bill. That is incorrect. ERS has paid their bill in full, so they owe the village of Rouses Point no money for the electrical bill, and that puts the village in no peril at all. So once again, I want to squash that rumor as to be totally untrue. Trustee Arnold, do you have anything you want to say?
I'd like to thank the 4th of July committee for a job well done. And also, it's too bad that Ethan left us and stuff, but I guess he went for better. But anyhow, I'd like to thank him. And the Historical Society is having a 2023 calendar, and it's done by local artists. Some of the artists are dead and gone. Some are kids in the 6th grade that did some artwork of buildings in the village, and we are selling them for $15 a piece. And they're really, really nice. They're extraordinary. And that's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Trustee Arnold. Trustee Pelkey?
I had a meeting with the water plant chief, Mr. Giano. He has some concerns. Our coating that we use to coat our filters, we're going out to authorize to buy more. And unfortunately, we're down to one vendor now. It used to be two. So we're kind of caught and paying the price of what that one vendor is. And also, I had a discussion with Danny Gay, the superintendent of the wastewater and water, and he, they both have concerns about the chlorine now. Chlorine has doubled, so that's going to take our budget and probably
Squash it.
yeah, kick it out of proportion a little bit. So we got to watch what we spend in those departments. They did remove 120 tons of sludge that went to waste to the landfill. Took 4 tractor trailer loads out. That's what they usually do each year. So they're good on course on that. The last thing is I want to thank everybody that helped us with the 4th of July celebration. It went very well. There was a lot of volunteers that stepped up and helped us. And if it wasn't for the volunteers, we wouldn't be able to do it. I mean, there's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It really helps when there's many people that are coming to almost like our rescue that day, because there's a lot of things going on. I'd like to make a motion to authorize the clerk to put the notice out within house for the rec center manager position.
I'll second that.
All those in favor of that motion?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it, and we'll go up to advertising within the house and then out of the house if we have nobody, no candidates that meet the requirements.
Do I need that to make the second part of my motion, just to advertise outside and press Republican? Should that be another motion?
Why don't we put it in the form of a motion, just to cover it?
Okay, I'll put it in the form of a motion that after the 10 days, the 10 days are sent,
I believe so.
with in-house, if no one applies, we go and advertise in the local papers, Press Republican or the Sun, wherever.
I'll second that.
All those in favor of that motion?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? We have it, the ayes have it to advertise after 10 days. Anything else, Mr. Trustee Pelkey?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Just to follow up what you said about the 4th of July, I missed somebody, the fire department who volunteered to drive the golf carts for the elderly and the handicapped people. I want to make mention of those firemen who volunteered their time to make sure everybody was able to attend the festivities rather. Mr. Cooper, could you stand if you got a report?
No, I think, outside of the regular things after a long weekend, that's just a half dozen complaints, handle most of them on the phone. A few people I have to see tomorrow, but only because they were available.
Okay,
That's
thank you.
our usual complaints.
Anyone like to address the board before we go to executive session? I need a,
Make a motion to go in recess.
Second.
all those in favor of going into recess?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? We will now go into executive session. We'll ask the public to leave the room, please.